Alright, I got Patlin here, a buddy of mine. He's showing me how to render lard from pork fat. So, explain what you're doing right now, Patlin.
So right now, to save well, I wasn't saved a step. So when I purchased the pork fat from the store, it was only 2 pounds. So I wasn't able to have them to run it through a grinder. If it was more like 10 or more pounds, some places will run the fat through for you. That'll cut it up into smaller pieces, so then you would skip this step into cutting this down into smaller, manageable pieces. So when you render it, it breaks down into smaller pieces called crackling.
Cool. And then we've been cutting that up. Put it in here.
Good.
Alright, we're about 225 on the stove. And added a little bit of water there.
A little bit of water.
About 3 or 4 ounces?
Yeah, roughly that.
Okay.
Yeah, just so that it doesn't, because you don't want to cook the fat. You want to render it down.
So, okay. So just kind of melt it and...
Exactly, so
okay.
It could melt, exactly.
Okay.
And it's a fairly lengthy process. It takes a couple hours. There, you can add some water in as you see it going down a little. And after a couple hours, you put it in a jar. Here I have the jar that I'm going to use. Since I'm only one person here, I don't want to make a huge batch and have it go to waste. So this is enough to last me actually for a couple weeks. If I wanted to fry a lot of chicken and I knew I was doing that, then I would make a larger batch. But this is enough just for one person.
Again, what all it's doing right now?
Okay, so this is the pork fat, and so after I cut it into pieces, put it in the pot, add a little water, put the heat on about 225. Now basically it's melting down, and I'm doing a smaller batch, and I'll add water to this occasionally as it goes down a little bit, and then after a couple hours or so, it will reduce down, and then I will pour out the liquid into my container, and overnight it will solidify, and this is from from about a month and a half ago, but as you can see how it's white here, that's what will be left. That'll be your lard.
Cool.
Which then you can scoop out, and like I said, this is enough for one person. So this works perfectly for me if you're making it for your family, or for a bigger group, of course, bigger portions. So here we have the pork fat, which is basically melting down, and basically you just melt it down until you get little hard pieces of fat, which is called crackling. And you can put it on salad, you can just eat them as a snack, and then you can see the liquid here, that's what's going to go in the jar, and then overnight as it solidifies, it becomes lard.
Cool. So it'll take 3 to 4 hours to get everything in. All right, well, Patlin, I appreciate you you showing me how to make lard, how to render lard out of pork fat, and
no problem.
And thanks for inviting me in your kitchen.
All right, you're welcome.